Yeah.
Well, he can start from there. We'll get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now you said, how do you fold it? A minute ago, you were showing me how to fold it.
Okay. Well, you've got a carry strap right here in the center of the seat, and you just lift up on it, and there it goes.
Okay.
Folds right up, kind of like an accordion.
Okay.
And then when you unfold it, you can start it if you want. You can start it by just spreading the handles, and then push down on one side of the seat until you push it as far as it'll go. What you want to make sure is that the seat rail here sits down into the seat supports, and you'll be able to feel that when it's in there.
Yeah.
It's good and rigid.
Okay.
And now the purpose of the wedge is when you use the footrest, because if I recall, when we were at Shepherd, you were talking about not necessarily using the footrest very often, particularly when you were in the house. You probably wouldn't use them. So with the wedge, when you're out, this will raise the front of the seat up a little bit so that your legs are comfortable on the foot plates. And so the foot plates don't have to be so low that you'll end up, you'd end up catching them on a speed bump or anything like that. So I'm going to leave the wedge out for a moment and just put the cushion back in. Now your cushion has a zippered cover, so it can be removed for laundering. So it just zips off, and you can take the cover off. You can wash the cover in the washing machine, but you don't want to dry it in the dryer. You want to line dry it. The depression goes in the back, because that's kind of shaped like, your folks' rear ends are shaped, so you can kind of sink down in it.
So the
The
tag.
handle is at the front.
Okay, and the tag is in the back.
There's a thin, solid insert inside there. It's a wood insert, so that the cushion stays rigid. Because the upholstery will tend over a period of time to kind of sling out, and if you don't have something rigid under it, your cushion will roll in. It'll tend to roll your legs in, and it just won't be very comfortable in sitting. So that firm insert, keeps that good and comfortable, and you've got plenty of cushion between you and the insert. So your rear end is well protected and well padded. Now to put this back in, there's hooks on the bottom. You just set the bottom in like so on either side, and if you can rock it back and forth, you got it in, and just pull it out, and you hear it click, you're in.
Okay, well, you take that back off for us, please. Okay.
And pull the string up, and just push forward, and it flips out.
Okay.
The cover on the back is removable and washable, so Velcro holds that in place.
Oh, okay.
And you can pull it off.
Wow.
And the Velcro, boy, there's nothing like new Velcro. It wraps around through this hand loop.
Yeah.
And you can take the foam out
Oh,
and put this
okay.
in the washer. And again, you can machine wash it, but you want to line dry it.
Okay.
And of course, you don't want to put your foam in the washer.
No, you
keep
wouldn't
that
want to do
dry.
that.
You can, when you're washing the cover, you can just take the foam, and if it's a nice day, you can just set it outside in a chair or on the rail of the deck or whatever, and just let it air out a little bit. get some good fresh air in it if we have any more of that around. And the curved portion and the handhold always goes on top.
Oh, okay. Right there. And clamps in.
You just
Okay.
check it to make sure it's good and latched.
Okay.
The gap?
Hmm?
Is the gap supposed to be so big?
You can. I mean, it can adjust up and down, so it can go wherever it's comfortable for you. When you sit in it, we'll see how it feels, and I can also adjust it a little bit this way and that way. So if you like a little more lean back, or if you want to be more upright, whatever feels comfortable. So once you get in it, we'll loosen those adjustment nuts up a little bit, and you can kind of get it and see how you like it and how it feels the most comfortable. Seat belt is, just handy to have when you're out, particularly if somebody's pushing you, because they might not be as cognizant of a crack in a sidewalk or a place where a tree roots kind of pushed up the pavement a little bit, and if you hit that, you might stop abruptly, or there might be a bounce, and we want to make sure that you don't bounce out onto the pavement. We need to keep you in here when you're in here. And again, your wheel locks, push to lock. Now, it's kind of hard to push, and I can adjust that a little bit, but we'll see when you get in. This tire does not require any air, and it won't go flat. And but because of that, the wheel locks can be a little harder to operate. But we'll adjust it because we want to make sure that it's going to stand steady with you when you're getting in and out, and it doesn't slip or slide on you when you're trying to do that. But we want to make sure that you can also put it on and take it off, because if you can't do that, it won't do you any good. And I'm going to see about that. See what I need to.
Can you take the wheels on and off of it, please?
Sure. All you have to do for that is just lift the chair slightly or lean it to one side, push the button in as far as it'll go, and just pull straight out. And you can see when I push the button, the pin pushes out and the little ball bearings drop in, so it can slide in and out. When the bearings are out, they lock it into the sleeve. Now these bars here on the back are to prevent the chair from tipping over backwards. So if you were out and you roll over a speed bump or something and you hit it kind of hard, that'll just make sure that the chair doesn't flip over backwards on you.
Cut the light.
And you want to be sure when you put the wheel back in to check it and make sure that it's latched and all the way in. Now, the tip bars, you see, will stop it from tipping over backwards. But you can press the button and rotate those up to enable the chair to tip back forward. Because sometimes you may need to do that. If you're out and somebody needs to get you up over a curb, the easiest way to get up over a single curb or step is to approach it till you're right up next to it, and then you can flip those tip bars up and press down with your foot on the top of the bar, raise the front end up onto the higher surface, and then roll it till the back wheels are right up against it, and then you just lift up and clear that wheel up over the ledge. But in order to be able to tip it back enough to get up over, say, a curb that high, you need to be able to flip those bars up.
Okay.
Now, if you have to go up a few steps, you wouldn't want to go up a long stairway, but if you've got 2 or 3 steps to get up, the way that that's done by somebody when you're in the chair is, again, flip the bars up, and then they get behind you, tip you back, and pull the wheels right up against the step, and then you just pull it up one step at a time. And you get it up a step, then the person who's doing the pulling steps up one step, gets it, makes sure their grip is good, pulls it up one more step, and one more step, just that way. Never pull it more than one step at a time. But that enables the chair to tip back so you can clear those things and be able to get up and down. And then it's a good idea to drop those back down. Now the chair has really good balance, and it's not real tippy to begin with. However, sometimes you may have bags hung on the back. So if you've got a purse hung on the back and maybe 2 or 3 other things, then you're adding some weight back here, and that can cause it to be a little bit heavier in the back and lighter in the front. So these tip levers will protect you, so that if you're rolling along them and go across a speed bump, that when you kick up to go over that speed bump, that you don't just go on over and end up on your back, which would not be a bit of fun. Now let me see about this footrest. I'm gonna take my jacket off.
Yeah.
Are these the smallest size footrests that you have?
Okay, I'm gonna take 5.